Hello, Scorpio. Thank you for tuning into this week's read. For the main part of the read, I'm using Tarot Illuminati by Eric C. Dunn, Supportive Oracle cards, the Spirit Animal Oracle by Colette Baron Reed, what's that about? Okay. Which I know it's a weird sound, but I am literally thinking of bubbles while I'm doing that. Like, is this a good thing or a bad thing? Like, it's almost like, are things popping up? Are things, like, coming to the surface that you're like, oh, well, I guess that's not completely out of the realm of possibility, but don't know if I was really looking for that. Okay. What do we got for Scorpio? Alright, there's a lot of cards. Okay, so when you come into this, it's all about an unexpected event in the environment. Okay. These are all three face down. The only ones that are, but I feel like that's why. This, bam, especially what's coming in with it. Bee spirit, owl spirit, armadillo spirit. So if I just connect to these, bee, armadillo, and owl. Yep. Owl, I usually think about somebody who, like, is smart in the sense of, like, that's where I've been, that's where I'm going. I did that before. That didn't go so well, so we're going to do that different going forward. And I've also heard other people say they dealt with it that way. They didn't work for them, and I don't need any more problems, so maybe I'll stay away from that version of it as well. That's what I'm seeing with owl. Armadillo, I think of protection. Being very protective and being very reclusive. I don't know what that's about. I don't know. I'm up in New York, so we don't have armadillos up here. But I'm also getting the word reclusive. And the last one is, what is the last? The bee spirit. I feel like a very hard worker with bee. Sometimes people get that sweetness with honey with bee. It doesn't say it's a honey bee, but I'm assuming it is. And there's fun little shapes on the back, so it's almost like trying to put that work in. So this pops in out of nowhere. Something comes in really quickly from this. Somebody wants things to go differently. They don't usually like to be public about it. They like to be private. I'm getting that with the armadillo. What does it say on here? Set healthy boundaries. I'll even read them off the cards. You see clearly now. Kind of makes sense for the owl. And the last one, the bee, is sweet results await. I'm getting like a lot of effort here. There's something they need to do, and because it's not going to serve them if they don't get out there and talk to you. Like, they're very reclusive. I get that. They don't really like to be public, is what I'm feeling with this. But they're like, yeah, but if I try to do this on my own again, I'm going to fail. And I'm not in the business of failing here. I don't start things just to end up on my face. That's not my good day time here. Good time day, whatever. They come at you quickly. This person comes at you quickly, and they want your help. You're not against this. I feel like you've even offered, but it's really kind of like jarring, I feel. Like, what? The man from the hills came down and wanted my help? What? Like, who? What? Never saw that coming. I don't know if you're a fan of it or not at this point. It seems like it's just kind of like this person who never seems to come out of the hills. They like to stay quiet, off the radar. They don't like things to be public. They're very private. I feel like they're very private. But the reason they're coming forward is like, I'm not looking to fail again. And Scorpio can help me. The Scorpio knows what they're doing. I need the Scorpio's help. And they come toward you. Not expecting this. I feel you're not at all expecting this. When it first happened, you got the starfish with the hanged man. I feel like you were literally stunned. You're just kind of like, it's kind of like getting just a weird, like you're walking across the carpet and something shocks you and you're just like, what's up? What? Who? It's just kind of like, it shocks you. You don't know what to do with it right off the bat. The starfish is telling me, though, this is something you want to go better with this person. You'd like this person to be more a part of your life. And I feel like you're stunned for a second, but you're like, I do like this person. I do want them more in my realm. And you got to think about it for a second. Like, what can I do to help them to also pull them into my life more because I'd like this person around more. You do like them. This is a person I feel like if you ask them for help, they will help you. It's not about that. It's about them asking you for help is just really rare, and you're just like, I'm open to it. I feel like you're open to it, but you're like, I would like this to be more of a regular thing. I'd like them to be more comfortable with me. I want to pull them into where I get to know them more, or I see them more. So you're thinking about this. You're kind of stunned, but you're like, I want this to go better. Starfish, to me, talks about rejuvenation. This says open to infinite possibilities, which is cool. I get a very, like, rejuvenation. Like, things can be much better than they are. Things can be recreated or rebuilt in a better way. It's not really the tower card. Like, nothing gets knocked down. It's just kind of like, instead of rebuilding the tower, it's kind of like, well, if we fix this over here and we fix that over there, we can make this tower more stable and stronger. That type of feel. You got the Ace of Pentacles coming in. It is an ace, yes. A lot of times I find myself telling people, and I'm going to say it here, it's like planting, it's like a seedling, I don't want to see, like a sapling, I don't know. Like if you have a tree, and a willow, and it's like a starter tree, it's like this big, maybe it's 4 or 5 inches, and you put that in the ground, right? It's a great start. You put it in a great place, that's what this is. You're putting that great tree, it's a starter tree, you're starting off great. But the thing is, it takes a few years before it really starts having that strength, and then the longer it goes, the more benefit, the more success you get from it. Starts off, it starts off good, it's enjoyable to start, it's beautiful to start, you're happy with it to start. But the longer it goes, the better it gets. And that's what this is. It's a good start, but the longer it goes, the better it gets. Also, what comes through with this is the Hierophant. Be very well aware. This is not going to be... It's not going to be easy, but you're going to have to talk to it. Talk to the situation. This person doesn't like being public, but you might have to convince them, like, it's got to be public to a degree if you really want the success. Ironically, this other person knows you know what you're doing, but at the same time, there's a lot they're uncomfortable doing that needs to happen for this to get better. So they're gonna buck against it, and you're gonna have to talk to them and be like, yeah, well, if you do it that way, this is the result you get. You're not going to do well. You got to be a little bit more public. You got to be a little bit more, just a little bit, and I can help you with that. You're going to have to talk. It's like they don't want to fail again, but the reason they fail is because they keep doing things in a way that they're comfortable with. They have to get out of those boundaries a bit. That's what the success is going to cost them. You're going to have to keep working at it. You got Rhino Spirit. A lot of times I'm feeling lately that the Rhino Spirit is a warning. Be careful how you handle this. If you just like try to push them on stage and like throw a mic at them, like here, push them on stage and throw a mic at them, like do what you got to do, they're just going to freeze, and they're just going to like get the deer in the headlights, like they can't do it. Like, oh Lord, I can't do it. I don't know what to do. They're going to freeze. The Rhino Spirit, I feel like, is saying, all right, you're going to have to walk through them. Like, you have to walk with them through this a couple times. Start them out with small groups, really small groups, maybe one person. And tell them beforehand, like, just try to get this information out there. Just try with this one person. Just get that information out there. Just get it out there with this one. And then after they do that, like, all right, you did that one. You did that really good. Let's try a couple more. Like, you got 3 or 5 people over here. Try to push it out to them. Just try. Just get that same information. You did it once. Try again. Okay. Then you just kind of keep working them up. Be careful with the Rhino Spirit. Be careful with that. You're very strong. I don't know of any Scorpios that aren't strong. I gotta be honest with you. I just don't. I mean, I'm sure. I just don't. Be aware of your strength. I know of some Scorpios that don't really seem to understand their own strength. I've seen that. I have seen that. So be aware of your own strength. I feel like that's what they're saying with this. This is going to take some time. No. All right, let me just pick up the card, because I'm going to say, my original thing is like, this energy that you're dealing with wants to take things slowly. May not be a luxury that they're going to get. Like, it may be slow for you moving forward. You might feel like it's slow moving forward, but to them it's not. So they're not going to get that luxury of going as slow as they'd like to. Let's do that. There you go. They got frog spirit here with the chariot. This is like rapid growth. Rapid growth. They're going to have to change. They have to realize they have the ability to work on land and sea. Like, they have the ability. I feel like when I feel frog, it's like they're used to the land. They're a frog living like a toad. Because I think toads just stay on land. I could be wrong. But go with me on this. They treat life as if they're just supposed to live on land. They can do this, and you know it. They can get in the water and do what they got to do. They're rapid growth. They can do this. But just don't push too far too quickly. To you, it's going to be going slow. To them, it's going to be going fast. But just be careful how hard you push. Try to work with them. Make it go as slow as you are comfortable going slow. I don't know if that sounds a little dodgy. Like, if you're like, get on stage and just talk to people, and it's an arena full of people, they can't do that. Start them out with one or two. Move it up to the right level. It's rapid growth for them. They're going to feel like it's rapid growth. I also feel like you got to keep on this energy. You want to help this energy. But I feel like it's hard for you to keep mothering it. I'm feeling mother bear energy. Like, you don't have to be a female. Don't worry about that. But it's the caring. But it's also at the same time, like, it's a very caring energy, but it's kind of like, no bull, move forward. All right, I care about you. Now get going. That's this bear energy. I'm feeling mother bear energy. Don't get caught up in the gender. Like, whatever gender you are, don't worry about it. It's just saying you care a lot, but you're also not going to put up with any bull. No BS. Move forward. It's going to take a lot of strength for you not to smack somebody. Like, not like you're literally gonna, but like verbally you could easily smack somebody. It's going to start moving forward. This person's going to get really nervous when the wheel starts to turn, because it's going to start going a lot better, and they're going to be very, very uncomfortable. You got to keep them moving forward. Keep them moving forward. It's a very precarious, like, you got to be very delicate yet very forceful at the same time. Not letting it backslide, but not pushing too hard, not letting it backslide. Takes a lot of effort on your side. You can do it, though. Whoever this is, if this is really clicking with you, you can do it. You'll know how hard to push, not to push too hard. Keep pushing. No. Okay, push a little more. Not too hard. Because this person's going to get really nervous as it starts to go more in their favor. They're going to become more comfortable. I think you're going to be surprised because, again, they got the frog spirit here. They fit with this. They can do more than they realize. They can do better at this than they realize. Like, they can be more public than they realize. They can be comfortable more with it than they realize. For some reason in the back of their mind, though, they seem to have this program like they're not supposed to be comfortable with it. I feel like that's a lot. Like, I'm not supposed to be comfortable with it. Something like that might be working against them. Just be aware of that. The dove comes in with the Three of Pentacles. The more they work with the situation, and you might want to highlight that to them, the more they accept it and work with it, the easier it's going to get for them. They can do this. They gotta make peace with it. If they accept it, it's going to be easier. They need to work with it and just accept, okay, these couple pieces, not really maybe their favorite, but they can do it. They just got to come to peace with it and move forward. They have the ability to do this. They do. When they finally get to the point, I'm not saying they're going to love it, but when they come to peace with they can do it and they accept that they can do it, this is outside their normal comfort zone. But even though they're outside that normal comfort zone, they can do it. They can. And once they accept that they can do it, this changes. Things go better. It's going to be a point where your energy has to pull back a little bit. When they get more comfortable, it's kind of like still being around, still giving them little encouragements, and if they start to slip, helping them not fall, but pulling your energy back. Because it's on its side saying, you know, being proud of this person, watching and helping them continue to stay afloat, but not directing. Like, don't let it go upside down where you're going to want to make sure, like, you're going to want that insurance on the situation and to keep pushing like you have been, but you got to pull back. And it's kind of like taking off the floaties. Like, all right, they need to swim on their own. Yet at the same time, being that parent, like, all right, they're out here in the shallow end of the ocean swimming on their own, but it makes me nervous, and I want to hover to make sure that they stay okay. I want to have that insurance to know I know that they're safe. but they don't really thrive if you don't let them go on their own. So it's hard. You got to pull back your energy a little bit. I'm getting like the longer it goes, the better it will be still. They seem a little apprehensive, but once they're on track, I feel like it's going to take its natural tone. It's going to take its natural course. They're going to be a little bit hesitant or a little bit pessimistic, like they might complain about it a little bit, like, oh, I hate doing this, even though they're doing it quite well. So they might be a little pessimistic. Don't play into their pessimism. Just don't play into it. Because it's stabilizing. Just don't play into their pessimism is the thing. Where is this ending? This will stabilize. They're going to hit a certain level, and that's pretty much where they're going to be. They're going to hit this certain level. When you pull back, that's the level they're going to stay. I don't see them moving on beyond that on their own. And I don't feel like it's necessary for whatever that means. They're going to stabilize there. They're going to hit this level. They're going to stabilize. They're going to be comfortable, sort of comfortable. They're going to be able to do it. The Two of Swords with the Ten of Pentacles is telling me once they get to this certain level, they will not allow themselves to go beyond that. Could they go beyond that? Yes. Will they allow it? No. That's the Two of Swords is saying they got this far. They're happy here. They could do better, but they won't. They don't want to. And it's kind of like that's where they're saying that's where they want to plateau. Let them plateau. You get the moth, the spider, and the dragonfly. They have other things here coming to them. You have connected them in a way, possibilities all around them. They have to make up their mind. But they're seeing dragonfly connected, like this spider is coming in with like, this is the network, this is people coming in. You've connected them to a network. That's how I read these cards intuitively, just to be fair, because it says something about your dreams. Make your dreams real. But I feel like the environment is saying, here's your possibilities, here's some connections, here's your social network that you need for them. The moth spirit, I feel like this, it says surrender now, but that kind of fits. They have to accept and go forward with these possibilities. They have to choose them. You can't choose it for them at this point, whoever this person is. Dragonfly is a spiritual message to me. It says truth transcends illusion. It's kind of spiritual to me, but it's basically like, if they're going to move beyond this point, if they're going to thrive beyond this point, it's solely up to them. You can't lead them any farther. They have to make their own personal choice to move forward. You got them this far. Even if you push, it's not going to work. They have to make the choice to move forward if they want to go beyond. And a lot of them, I feel like they won't. They won't. That's the Two of Swords. They could go farther. They just won't. Anything else with this? I feel like the message with this is like when they plateau, let them plateau. Because I feel like you're going to have the urge to keep pushing forward. If they don't want to go any farther, don't waste your energy. It's just not going to serve you, and they're just going to dig their heels in. I think that's just what they're trying to put out there. Just like, you're doing a great job. You've done a lot of help. But at some point, when you get to a certain level, just realize, all right, you've done everything you can. The gift is theirs. They need to do what they want to do. They need to handle it the way they want to. You've given them a great gift of connecting them and helping them move forward. What they do with the gift from that point on is up to them. All right. I'm going to shut this down here. I hope that helps. Thank you for watching. If you'd like a direct reading from me, shoot me an email, jamesforastral@gmail.com. That's James, the number 4, astral@gmail.com. Thank you.